We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello everyone, myself Professor Dhaval Patel from SN Patel Institute of Technology and Research Center. I am here to explain important concept of programming for problem solving with subject code 311003. Okay, let's start with Unit 2, Fundamental of C Programming Language. The very basic and very first aspect is history of C programming language. And the question is, what is C? Or you can say, what is C programming language? So, C programming is a general purpose structure programming language. It is designed and written by Dennis Ritchie at AT&T's Bell Laboratories of USA in 1972. Next, it is sometimes known as middle level language because it combines features of both high level language and lower level language, or you can say it will fulfill all the criteria for high level language and low level language. That is why it is known as middle level language, and it is very powerful programming language. It is most popular and widely used language since last 4 decades. So it is general purpose structure programming language designed and written by Dennis Ritchie at AT&T's Bell Laboratory of US in 1972. It will provide both the aspect of high level language and low level language. That is why it is known as a middle level language, and it is very powerful programming language since last 4 decades. Okay, why it is popular? Okay, what is the reason behind its popularity from last 4 decades? It is easy to use, it is reliable and simple in use. So these are the reasons why C programming is very much popular. Okay, next topic is features of C, or you can say different characteristics of C programming language. In that, first is general purpose language. You can write a program of anything and everything with the use of C programming language. Second, block structure language. Basically, C programming is known as a POP. POP stands for Procedure Oriented Programming Language. So, it will divide your program into different types of blocks. Third, platform dependent. Next is portable. Next, powerful, case sensitive, syntax based, compiler based. It is fast and efficient. So, the different features are general purpose language, block structure language, platform dependent language. It is portable, very much powerful language, so you can create powerful programs. It is case sensitive, and for writing any program you have to follow different types of format, or you can say different types of syntax. It is compiler based, so each and every program will be compiled by compiler, and it will produce fast and efficient result at the end. Okay, next topic is token. Basically, program is made up of different types of tokens, and token is a smallest individual part of program. In your program, there are several smallest individual parts that are individually known as tokens. There are 6 types of token available in C programming. In that, first one is keyword, second is identifier, third is constant, fourth is operator, fifth is string, sixth is special symbol. So these are the 6 tokens with the use of which you can write any program, or you can say these are the main building block of any C program. So tokens are the smallest individual part of program. Next, character set. As its name suggests, character set is a combination of different types of alphabet, digits, and special symbols. It will provide facility to include alphabet, digit, and special symbol in your program. So it will include alphabet of uppercase and lowercase, digits of 0 to 9, special symbols like @, dollar, percentage, double inverted comma, semicolon, etc. So it will provide all the facility to write program efficiently and include alphabet, digit, and special symbol. You can say it is a combination or it is a package of alphabet, digit, and special symbol. So next is a keyword. Okay, keyword are basically a reserved word in C programming for certain tasks. In C programming, certain words are there that are reserved for specific tasks to perform specific tasks. It is known as keyword. It is also known as reserved words, and that meanings are already understood to compiler. So that is why it is predefined to compiler, and C programming have 32 keywords, or you can say 32 keywords are there in C programming. As an example, you are writing integer, then compiler will understood you are going to store the value in the form of numerical form. As an example, you are writing character, then compiler will understood you are going to store value in the form of alphabetical form. As an example, you are writing float, then compiler will understood you are going to store value in the form of decimal form. So keywords are the certain words reserved for specific task. It is also known as a reserved word. And the most important thing, number of count of keyword in C programming are 32. So in this session, until now, we have seen the history of C language, what is the reason then it is known as a middle level language, but it is very much popular, different features of C, what is token, different categories of token, character set, what it will include, and keyword. Okay, next is very much most important concept for writing program is general structure of C programming. Okay, what is the basic structure of any C program? That is derived from general structure of C programming. Okay, the general structure will actually divide into 6 sections. From that, first section is document section. Document section will include details regarding date and time of program creation, programmer's name, program's aim, and etc. So you can say document section or documentation will be taken place here, or you can say document regarding any program will taken place here. Second is preprocessor command. Okay, preprocessor command are basically header files that start with hash. So every header file is taken place after document section. Okay, the two most important aspects are document section. Document section will include different documentary related that particular program, and preprocessor will include header files. Okay, next section is function section. Here function declaration can be done. Here program divided into block. So far programming C is a procedure oriented programming language. So in POP, if your large program divided into small program, and that small individual programs are called functions or block. So you can declare functions in this section. Next is declaration section. Declaration section will allow programmer to declare different types of data, variable, constants, and different tokens. Programmer can declare different types of tokens, data, variable in this particular section. This is the most important section. Next is statements and expression. Okay, all the executable statement will take place here, and all the executable statement must end with semicolon symbol. This is the most important rule to use statements and expression in C programming language. And last section is comments. Comments are basically used to add additional information regarding any statement, any line, any variable. So the general structure of C program have basically 6 sections. In that, first is document section. It will include or manage different types of detail regarding that particular program. Second is a header file portion. Third is a function declaration section. Next is variable declaration section. Next is executable statement declaration section. And last one is comments. Okay, from this structure, I have designed one program. Okay, let's take a look of that particular program. Let's see a structure of C program with example. So here aim is write a program to print Gujarat Technological University. User have to write just a program to print this statement Gujarat Technological University. So here a file name is test.c. In every C programming, file extension will be .c. Next, document section, detail will be declared here, developed by Dhaval Patel, date. Next portion is preprocessor directive. So here preprocessor directives are has include StudioOS, has include ConioOS. Next portion will be function section. In this we can declare void main curly bracket open, after that declaration section, after that statement section. Statement section is the most important section. It will include the statement that is going to print in output. So in printf we have to write Gujarat Technological University, so that will be the output get ch and curly bracket close. So basically this program will produce result Gujarat Technological University. Next topic is data type. Okay, as its name suggests, data type is all about a type you are going to store, or the type which is used to store your data is ultimately a data type. You can store data in the form of numerical form, alphabetical, decimal, etc. So there are multiple types are there. From that, the particular type which is used to store your particular form of data is known as a data type. Data type is basically divided into two types or two categories. From that, very first is primary data type. Second is derived data type. Primary data type will include different data types like integer, character, float. Okay, if you are going to store a data in the form of 0 to 9, or you can say numerical form, then you have to use integer. If you are going to store your data in the form of alphabetical form, then you have to use character. If you are going to store your data in the form of decimal, then you have to use float. Second is derived data type. Derived data type will include or consist of different data types like array, pointer, structure, and union. So basically, data type is the type which is used to store your data, and it is further classified into two types. First is primary data type and second is derived data type. This is the most important concept of any programming language, and it will be appear in any programming language. The type and the type of data you are going to store. Okay. Next thing is type conversion. Basically, type conversion is a method or technique for converting your value from one data type to another data type. If you want to convert a value from one data type to another data type, then type conversion or typecasting concept is used. Basically, it is also known as a typecasting. So typecasting and type conversion, these are the both same things. So the technique in your programming or in your program for converting your one value of one data type to another data type is ultimately a type conversion. I repeat, it is a technique for converting your value from one data type to another data type is known as type conversion. It is also known as a typecasting. It is broadly classified into two types. In that, first one is implicit typecasting and second is explicit typecasting. Basically, implicit typecasting is automatic and explicit typecasting is manually. The reason is the typecasting of implicit, or you can say you are converting a value with the use of implicit typecasting, then all the conversion will be done by compiler. User need not to insert any instruction regarding that. All the conversion will be done with the use of compiler automatically. Second is explicit. If you are converting a value from one data type to another data type with the use of explicit typecasting, then user have to insert instructions regarding that particular convert value. So implicit typecasting will be performed by compiler automatically on backend side, and explicit typecasting will be performed by programmer manually. So typecasting or type conversion is a technique for converting your value from one data type to another data type, and it is also known as typecasting. Two parts: implicit typecasting, it is automatic, performed by compiler. Second is explicit typecasting, it is manually performed by programmer. The most important concept is type conversion. Next topic is constant. Okay, basically constant states that it is a fixed value, or you can say fixed value of anything is known as a constant. But in programming language, a value that can never change during the execution of your program is ultimately a constant. Some values, or you can say a particular value or an individual value that can never change during the execution of your program or execution of your program, is ultimately a constant. If you want to use a constant in your program, then you have to use const keyword, that is CONST. Const keyword is there for declaring constant. As an example, pi equal to 3.14. So here, if I fix a value pi equal to 3.14 here, so this value will never change during the execution of your program. That is why it is known as a constant. Next is syntax of constant. Syntax of constant will include const keyword, data type, variable name, and its value. Semicolon is must at the end of line. Const is a keyword, data type is a type you are going to store of any kind of data, and variable name is a name of any variable, and value is actual value you are going to fix in your program. So from that, one example is there. Const keyword is as it is. Data type, here data type is float, so here we are going to store value in the form of float, or you can say decimal value. Variable name is price. Ultimately, variable name is name of your variable, and value is ultimately a fraction of point that you are going to fix in your particular program. Here 495.75 and semicolon is there. So constant is a fixed value, or you can say a fixed amount of numerical form integers that can be never changed during the execution of your program. If you want to declare a constant in your program, then you have to use const keyword. As an example, pi equal to 3.14, that value can never change during the execution of your program. Okay, syntax is const keyword, data type, variable name, and a value. Here const keyword is as it is, data type is float, variable name is price, and value is 495.75. Okay. In this section, we have discussed important topics like history of C programming language, different features, keyword, token, general structure of C program, one sample program, after that type conversion, constant, etc. I hope you guys are able to understand the content we have discussed in this particular section. Thank you.